This month's giveaway is a copy of Mighty No. 9 Cross-Buy for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and the Vita whenever they decide to release that version. How do you enter to win? It's simple. All you have to do is be a subscriber, and as always, if you want additional entries, go ahead and leave a comment on each of our podcast videos for the month. The winner will be chosen at random at the end of the month. Good luck, and thank you so much for watching. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Press X Podcast, episode 25, your weekly podcast for nerdy news and opinions, coming at you each and every Monday at noon Eastern. I am Kevin McManus. With me, not as always, because you missed a week.
Just one.
Kind of. You kind of missed two.
We're on 25 now?
Skipped a few. Kellen Willard.
Yo.
With me for the first time, Jordan Pate.
Hello.
So, E3 happened. So there's not a lot of news because all of the news was kind of during that. So we're going to be talking just kind of about things that we liked at E3 a little bit. We haven't had either of your opinions on the show about E3, so I want to talk about that a little bit. We'll go into the 4 or 5 news stories that did pop up that don't mean too much. I want to point out that this is your last chance to win the copy of Mighty No. 9. So be a subscriber and leave a comment if you want 2 entries to that. And I'm going to tell you why it's a good game. I'm getting pissed at these reviews.
It's a good game?
It is a good game.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Exclusive. Mighty No. 9 is a good game. But first, let's go to this shallow news that we have.
Yeah.
Exciting.
The first thing that I have on here is the loved Shovel Knight, and it is very loved, is getting some DLC that is completely free. We will be getting Spectre Knight, who's one of the knights that you fight, one of the bosses, very similar to the Plague Knight DLC. You'll be able to play through the game as Spectre Knight in a newly rearranged level set, I guess is the best way to put it. They're also adding a new DLC later down the line that's King Knight, which is another boss. So they're just basically recreating the game with different main characters, which is kind of awesome, especially because it's all free.
Free is always good.
They're also adding a body swap mode, which I'm not 100% sure, but I believe is you can make Shovel Knight a girl and make Shield Knight, who you're saving, a boy. I'm not
progressive.
I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe you can make them both boys for Jordan here.
There you go.
They're also adding a battle mode on console only, which seems like a 4-player beat-em-up style mode. I imagine similar to a 2D Smash Brothers would be my assumption.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, so they have lots of bosses in Shovel Knight. Neither of you have actually played Shovel Knight, correct?
Negative.
You've seen it.
Unfortunately.
I hate you. Do you know anything about Shovel Knight?
Yeah, it's some 8-bit side scroller, right?
Pretty much.
Jesus
That's
Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, so a Shovel Knight is very similar to Mega Man, very Mega Man inspired, so it's very good.
Mediocre.
You play as Shovel Knight and you go through a bunch of different levels, and each one has a theme. You know, King Knight is a royalty theme. Plague Knight is a bunch of potions and mad scientist stuff. So it would be very interesting if they made this battle mode using all of the bosses, basically, and you kind of play as the boss and try to knock each other off the platform or kill them or whatever they decided to do.
That's your kit, whichever boss you're picking.
Yeah.
I could see that'd be cool.
I think that's an awesome idea. I'm very excited for this. I love that they're adding everything for free. I really honestly do think this is one of the best games we've gotten this generation, Shovel Knight. And the amount of free content that they've added. I didn't like Plague Knight very much. That was the last one. It was weird. Your attacks were diagonal with him, and they added double and triple jumps, and that was kind of the gimmick, and it just didn't fit with me, but I love the original Shovel Knight, so I'm excited to play the Spectre Knight and the King Knight. I'm going to force you to play it.
No, you're not.
I think so. I think I am.
No, you're not.
I can't force you to do anything.
Nope.
You're not here enough.
Texas.
I can.
Moving on. Indigo Prophecy, or Fahrenheit, as I believe they call it in Europe, is getting remastered. This is Quantic Dream's game, so Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. It's their game from 2005. It got a PC remaster last year, 1080p, the whole thing. It was based on the European version of the game, which had an extra sex scene. So I think we're going to be getting that.
All right.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
July release date, July 18th, $14.99. And this is a very divisive game. Lots of people think it's awful, as with most of their games.
Yeah. Some people don't like that kind of game.
Some people don't like Heavy Rain. And I'm like, you're a mad person.
How do you not like Heavy Rain?
Probably more of a love it or hate it kind of thing.
Yeah. Beyond Two Souls, lots of people don't like. That one's
I've heard that before.
very.
I've seen that a lot. Yeah.
I personally love Heavy Rain and like Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond's all right. Yeah. It's no Heavy Rain, but
I'm 100% getting this. I haven't played this Indigo Prophecy,
I haven't
and
either.
I know somebody who it's their favorite game, so I'm excited to jump into it. And then I found it was only $15. I thought it was going to be way more than that, and that like sealed the deal
yeah,
for me.
you're not gonna miss $15.
No.
You don't do anything else. Huh?
I'll probably
That's true.
check it out.
Yeah, I think this is worth your time. It's probably, I mean, it's a very unique thing. All their games are very unique.
Yeah.
They're not like any other game I've ever played, especially Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. The closest thing to them is Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah,
like they're in the same
about
genre,
it.
I guess. And their new game, which you may have seen at E3, which is Detroit Become Human, which also looks amazing.
I already
Oh,
pre-ordered
definitely.
It looks so good. So yeah, if you're interested in that game or you've played it already and want to check it out again, it's coming to PS4. So this one's going to be a little weird, but like I said, I was scraping the bottom of the
That's
barrel
all we
here.
Yep.
So Games with Gold possibly leaked. By the time this goes live, we will probably know whether or not
that.
they're
Yeah,
true.
the month's almost over. So
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm aware. We don't know the Plus games. We don't know the Games with
don't know
Gold.
any of them.
Whatever. Anyway, an insider said that this is what they believe some of the Games with Gold are, so we can chime in and see if we think it's true. Xbox One, Banner Saga 2.
Okay.
This game doesn't come out until next month, so I think it might be one of the first times Xbox does a release and give it away for free type thing, like PlayStation did with Rocket League and such.
Yeah.
I could see this one happening.
Yeah.
360, Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
I could see that.
Yeah, that I could definitely see that happening.
I agree.
Bring back the Rainbow Six people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the final one here is this Warriors Orchi 3, which is a spin-off, I believe, of the Dynasty Warrior style game, and it's a tactical, I think it's a more tactical version of those style games. Somebody who really likes Dynasty Warriors is probably mad at me, but
Garrett.
whatever. Whatever. Yeah, so those are the rumored games. We'll see if they end
We'll
up
find
being
out
true.
later.
Probably the most exciting news story, and the last one.
All right.
Uncharted 4. Some free DLC coming.
Cool.
This is the multiplayer DLC, so not the single-player DLC that we have no clue what it is. June 29th, so very soon. We're getting that as well as patch 1.08. This is going to add new guns, new boosters, new taunts, new skins. It's going to revamp ranked team deathmatch, and they're going to add a surprise, which is, quote, the most requested feature. For the love of God, be ranks. Like, just give us a
That could
rank.
be it. That's fair.
I can't think. You haven't played the multiplayer.
Negative.
You're doing a lot here. Thanks, Jordan.
Yep, I'm here. Been living under a rock for 6 months.
You're the filthy casual.
Yep.
You've played enough of it.
Yeah.
Do you think it is the ranking numbers? That's what I think it is.
It very well could be. I mean, that's about the only thing that game's missing multiplayer-wise.
I agree. Like, I really like the multiplayer in that
Yeah,
game.
it's
The
fun.
only other thing I could think of is like ranked plunder, which is like their capture the flag mode.
Yeah.
They could do like a ranked plunder, ranked another game
Just
mode.
more ranked things.
But I can't think of anything I want more for that game
And then a number next to my name.
than a number next to my name on there, or making a universal like weapon select loadout, so like you don't have less points than me and you don't have to
Yeah.
unlock points. Maybe in ranked mode, make it so everybody has
Everybody's
equal
got the
option
basic
to
stuff,
everything,
or-
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting. Only a couple days away, and even less so when this posts.
Yeah, it's true. May have to try it again.
I played it today. I really like it.
I hadn't played it lately.
I really, really like
Overwatch
the
took
multiplayer.
over that spot.
Great game.
So this next part, Kellen didn't do his research. So me
was asleep.
and Jordan are going to go to town here. So basically, yeah, I mean, you can still talk about your two favorite E3 things. Since we haven't done E3 stuff at all, let's back up and do this really quick. Conferences.
Yep.
Like announcements, whatever. What were some of your favorite?
They probably sold me an Xbox finally. Took them long
With
enough.
what? With their PC exclusive games?
No, because I don't want Windows 10. I'd rather buy an Xbox than upgrade to Windows 10, which
and most
is
people
free.
would.
Definitely.
No, for Halo Wars. New Gears looks good. I want to play Scalebound.
Recore?
I do want to play ReCore. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I would definitely be playing ReCore. I'll probably get one of the Xbox One S's, one of the like 2 terabyte ones.
So
Those look really good to me.
how did you
Absolutely.
feel about the Scorpion?
It didn't surprise me. I kind of laughed at their boasting of 6 teraflops in a year because the new graphics cards
I don't know
out
what that
now-
means.
The new graphics cards out now have 8.9 teraflops, and they're going to have 6 in a year, so they're all excited. I'm like, big deal. Whatever.
So you didn't feel
That's
like
the power of the Scorpio versus like modern graphics cards.
you didn't feel like the Scorpio announcement hurt the Slim announcement?
I feel like it did a little bit, but not as bad as some people are saying it did.
Like for me, I wanted a Slim because, like you said, it looks really nice.
It does. It looks
It's
nice.
It's got a 2 terabyte option.
Yeah, you have 500, 1 terabyte, or 2 terabyte. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like it was perfect. It looks like it'll actually fit in my entertainment stand. It doesn't have the power brick.
Absolutely.
Power
Like
brick's
all the
internal.
stuff, I was like, yes, thank you. And I told the story before, but Todd came over late and he's like, what did I miss? And I said, oh, they revealed an Xbox Slim. I might like trade in mine and go get that. This seems awesome. And then at the end of the show, I was like, never mind. I'm just not gonna do it.
No, I'll probably get a Slim. I probably won't get a Scorpio.
Mhm.
Anything 4K, I'll do on my computer. Because I'll probably be 4K this year on my computer.
That's fair.
Not
That's
sure
a better
yet.
way to do it, honestly, in my opinion.
But yeah, I like the
PC
Slim.
nerds.
I like the Slim. I'll
Master
probably be
Race.
getting one of those. Probably this
Um,
year.
So what else did you like?
Um,
What about EA? Did you
EA's
like the Mass
we
Effect
like
Andromeda?
sports and we don't care who knows.
Andromeda looks alright. I'm not as excited about that game as I thought I would be. Horizon looked really good to me.
Oh,
PlayStation.
absolutely.
That game looks fantastic.
Mhm.
I think I've already got
We'll
it.
talk about Horizon.
I've already
in a
got it
minute.
pre-ordered also. So
Yeah. I'm
Um,
moving into pre-order zone with that game.
yeah.
The more I hear about it.
Just willing to
Titanfall
take the
2.
risk.
Pretty excited about Titanfall 2. Except the edition I want's not on PC, so I'm not sure what to do.
What is that?
The one that comes with like the full helmet and all that stuff.
Oh, that.
I
edition.
want that.
Oh. Well, you can get your. Oh, never mind. It's on PS4. I was gonna say you can get an Xbox. I believe the Titanfall marketing campaign's with PS4, which is
Probably.
exactly what we talked about happening.
we thought
and I'd be
would
like, that would be really weird because the first one was exclusive
it
on
wasn't on
Xbox.
PlayStation. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure it ends with a PlayStation splash screen at the end. And I'm like, huh,
Either way, I'll just get it on PC. So
it's fair.
still win.
The worst place to play first-person shooters. It's understandable.
That's the best
Negative.
place to play.
Is absolutely the best place to play shooters.
Mouse and
Sounds
keyboard.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Anything else?
Watch Dogs 2 looked alright. Whatever.
God, that was awful. I
Alright,
couldn't stand.
Alright's the only word I have for it. It's alright.
I couldn't stand the Watch Dogs 2 stuff.
Yeah. Not an overly impressive conference. Oh, Crash. You know, he's alright.
So overall, if you could rank the conferences, like what was it, EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, whatever, which one do you think was the best?
Probably Microsoft.
Really?
I like their games the best, and that's what I want to watch E3 for.
Impressive. That's
And I
fair.
want a Slim, so you know.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Because
That's the one I got the most.
I haven't
out
seen
of.
a single website to say that.
That's just the one I got the most out of, or the one I'll get the most stuff from. So
They sold you a console.
Yeah.
I talked about this last week too. I felt like Microsoft conference was trying to sell you the Xbox, and PlayStation's conference was like, here's really cool games.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Basically the same as it's always been, though. Like the last few years, it's always just been Xbox talking about all these great things you can do on Xbox, and then PlayStation's like, "Oh, we got all these cool games."
Yeah.
That's just how I've always seen it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, PlayStation showed the most games. They showed the most exclusives.
yeah, they always do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they had. I think they had the biggest trend, the biggest trending things, which I believe was God of War,
Well,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly,
That
and
doesn't surprise
Spider-Man
me.
PS4
Oh,
was
yeah,
a really
Spider-Man
big
looked
one.
good.
And then they didn't have the most viewers though. The most viewers was Microsoft and EA, I believe, but that had to do with time of day.
Yeah,
because
that's-
Europe's sleeping during
Yeah, PlayStation's was
Sony's
pretty
conference.
late.
Yeah.
Or Sony. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about. We each picked 2 games
Mhm.
to talk about.
Oh, really?
You can, you can pick a game if you want. I'll start, so you have some time. And we're kind of like pitching these games. That's kind of how I decided this. Like
Okay.
pitching why we are excited for this game. I wrote a page of notes, so I'm gonna start with Gravity Rush 2.
Oh, gross.
Here we
This got,
go.
I mean,
a
really.
new trailer
Buckle
at
up.
E3. It had a gameplay demo that was about 20 minutes long, a little less, and they talked about the new mechanics, the story, the visuals, everything. It looks fantastic.
I didn't
This-
even know they showed this game.
Yeah, that was a problem with it. They probably should have had it on stage instead of the dumb Lego game, but whatever.
Yeah.
So here we go. It's been 3.5 years since the last one. It's important. It's enough time to make a full game.
Yeah.
This one is PlayStation 4 exclusive, no Vita at all, which
That's
is
interesting.
Unfortunate, but when you look
Probably
at the game,
better for the game.
it's obvious.
Absolutely.
They have lots of particle effects. Like when Cat lands, every individual fruit in fruit stands like shoot up in the air and stuff. There's way too much going on for it to be a PS4, as well as one of the problems with the original Gravity Rush was the draw distance. You're floating through the air through like void basically, and sometimes it takes a little longer before you see what's at the end of that void.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation 4 version, you can see just straight across the whole thing. It continues the story of Cat, which was super exciting to me. Without any spoilers, the last game left a very open-ended ending, and this seems, they said, the conclusion to Cat's story, which I did not like. That was their exact wording. And I was like, I don't want to hear that. But
no trilogy.
That's the quote. They said that, well, it could just be the conclusion to her origin story, which would also work, but we'll have to see. They have brand new creatures to fight. In the original one, it was all the Na'vi. In this one, you're fighting human-looking things. I don't know if they're actually human. They look like a militia.
All right.
You're versing robots. You're versing mechs. Like, all these different...
I vote for the mechs.
Sure. Lots more variety, I guess, is the best way to put it. They showed off a new town. You're in a brand new town in this one, so you're not in the same place as the other one, which explains why it's totally different.
I like that town.
I like that town too, but this is a brand new town. It has asynchronous multiplayer, so you can race against, it seems like racing against ghosts, things like that. They have equipment, and they said they're making it more like an RPG. So they have different things such as talismans that you can equip that will do something like make it so your gravity meter, which is how long you can float in the air, lasts longer, but it'll make every enemy you fight a little bit stronger. So like positive and negative equipment. Raven fights with you in this one, who is a fantastic character as well. And it's not co-op. They wanted to make that clear. But she is you can't control her in any way. They seem to want to 100% that you can't control her in any way, but she does like tag team moves, and you can call on her to help. Kind of, I imagine, like the Arkham games, how you can have like Nightwing drop in and help out for 4 seconds and leave. And be like, where'd you go, Nightwing? There's a lot of guys left.
Like, yeah, I'm done. I'm tired.
Then the final thing, the trailer says 2016. The interview, they said, we have announcements to make. It's 2016. The game is not coming out in 2016. There's no way. They would have announced a date at E3 if it was coming out in 2016. Yeah. I don't see them stealth releasing this game. It's a physical game, so they have to ship it and stuff. Yeah. You can't stealth release a physical game. There's no way it comes out in 2016.
But it's very hard.
Yeah.
It gets leaked and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
So what game do you want to talk about?
Well, we can go start for the one I'm most excited with, which is Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah.
Growing up, humongous Banjo-Kazooie fan. Probably my favorite game of all time.
You're talking about Banjo later, by the way. I didn't even tell you this.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, but keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't get to see a whole lot of E3 this year. I just got to catch a lot of the stuff, mostly post after it all came out. I listened to a bunch of interviews about it. It's just really exciting to see like the whole group that made Banjo-Kazooie essentially all back together again to build a game that looks just like Banjo-Kazooie. Just watching the videos and how the worlds look, it's just a beautiful looking game. Grant Kirkhope doing the music again. It sounds fantastic. The soundtrack sounds so good. It
sounds and looks fantastic. 100%.
Absolutely. And
it says 2017.
Yep.
It's delayed.
Yes.
But I think it's a happy delay.
I don't
it's not one of those
to be perfect.
Mighty Number 9 delays. It's a happy delay.
Which one was the unhappy one? The second or the third one?
Fuck you.
But yeah, just looking at the stuff they've gotten done and just the progress they've made, I have very high expectations, and I think it's going to be a great game just from what it said.
Something that I really liked about the game is that they've added a storybook element to the hub worlds with pages. And you can basically collect pages and go to a hub world that you like and add that page to it, and it'll make the world bigger when you go into it. So you can expand the worlds that you like the most, which adds a bunch of non-linearity to a game that normally would be pretty linear. That was my favorite. Like, that's the thing that I saw that I already knew I was going to get the game, but that's the thing that like sold me 100%. Like, I was excited about the game. I was like,
Absolutely.
oh, that's neat.
Yes, the developers were talking about how that with the pages things, after you beat a world, you can either go back into the same world and put a page in and just do the world over again, or move on with the game. They said it's just a like completely open experience on how you're going to enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's so cool. As somebody who played Banjo last year or whatever it was, there was worlds in that game where I was like, well, this blows. And then there was other worlds where I'm like, oh, this world's awesome. Wish I didn't beat it all in an hour and now have to play this shitty world.
Have to go to the other ones, yeah.
Have to go to this dumb swimming world with a shark or whatever it was.
Come on. Terrible.
Did you do any research? Or you want me to skip you? What do you got?
I can wing it. So Detroit Become Human.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I've seen a lot on this game, so this is a good choice.
Yeah, I'd like to play this game. That's all I got. No, I'm just kidding. Another Quantic Dream game.
Yes.
This game looks very interesting to me. It seems like one of the ones that can, like, it can have huge different. The branches in this game can be humongously
incredible.
Different.
Like way more than. I don't know if I want to say any game I've ever seen, but way more than Until Dawn and all.
Yeah, I'll just say it. There you go. It looks like the options they have in this game are going to be incredible. They're just going to be more than I'll probably run into.
So, some things about this game that I found out. It's like Heavy Rain. You play multiple characters.
Yeah. There's multiple playable characters. I believe they're all androids.
Yes, they are all androids.
And the one chick escaped from
Kara.
Kara, whatever, however you say it.
Kara.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to see this game. Yeah, same thing.
David Kaj.
What'd you call me?
Something else that I liked about Detroit was in the Behind Closed Doors demo, I believe it was Behind Closed Doors, they showed off the mechanic of how you're going to do your like Batman-y detective work, and it's that like rewind time feature, and you can see it all playing out in front of you. So you can notice little things that change, or something gets knocked over because somebody was in a hurry, and then you might see where something lands, and you can go to that spot and investigate it. And you do this, and you're picking up different clues as you figure it out, and there's a meter that tells you how close to being like successful
like
or
done or successful, yeah.
And it kind of ticks down constantly because you're on the clock. You can't wait too long, but so you are in a hurry, but you need to be thorough at the same time, still trying to find the important clues out of what's going on to change the outcome. And it seems like there's going to be dozens of outcomes, from like little changes to huge ones. The game looks awesome. I'm so excited.
Yeah, game looks great.
We don't have a date.
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't matter. Pre-ordered anyway.
When do you think it's coming out?
Not this year, sadly.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be mid to late next year.
Yeah, hopefully summer next year.
I think it's next year as well.
I think
that game is much further along than I expected.
Yes,
for sure. When they showed it off, I was like, "Oh, there's a game here," and then they're like, "We're showing it to the press," and I was like, "Oh, there is a playable game here."
It's further along than we thought. I think it'll be next year, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So
next year's getting crowded.
Early next year is crowded.
February is getting crowded.
February has our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. That pre-ordered also.
You can make that your next game.
Nope.
We'll talk about it.
I already know what my next one is.
Injustice 2.
Yeah.
We all like Injustice.
Sure do.
Yes.
So they revealed Injustice 2. They did a CG trailer that was awesome.
Absolutely.
They did some gameplay trailer, and then they showed off actual gameplay. So this is some stuff that we know. Superman returns, no surprise. Batman returns, no surprise. Aquaman, Supergirl, new one. We have Grodd, and we have Atrocitus. All those three are new. Black Manta, not a new character. Stage transition. Unfortunately, in the trailer, they made it look like it was a character.
He looked like a character in the
It's
trailer.
a stage transition.
That's
so
fine.
That's important to know. They showed off Flash in the trailer. He was the only one that wasn't playable in the demo.
Yeah, nobody wants to play Flash. Why does it matter?
I like Flash.
Oh, my God. It seems like there's 28 character select spots, but that could all be placeholder because it looks a lot like the Mortal Kombat screen. Like they just used the same exact screen. So
probably did.
It's possible that doesn't mean anything. They lowered the time for the finishing attacks, the like cutscenes that you get when you do your finishing attack. They lowered the time for the stage transitions. They said people were getting mad because they took too long because these pro fighter people can't watch a fucking cutscene for 15 seconds.
It didn't take that long.
They added more personality to the characters, which is something that I really liked. Even when you select your character, they'll appear facing each other, just like typical stage select screens, but they'll like do stuff. So you pick Supergirl and she'll like ice breath the other person and he'll like wipe it away and go to punch her and it'll like freeze and it'll do the verses, which is kind of cool. And when you do your lockups and your intros and everything, they're all character specific dialogue. So similar to like the Flash and Killer Frost in The Last Injustice, where they do the matchup and she's like, "You're not so fast," and he goes, "You're not so cool." They're going to have dialogue like that where everything makes sense in the context of the fight, basically.
Oh, like that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I really like that. Lots of games have been adding that. Overwatch has that. Battleborn has that. Uncharted has that, where the characters kind of play off each other.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy that. They said that during the supers and the cutscenes, there's buttons that you can hit to extend them and do more damage, but they're not telling anybody what the buttons are. We're going to have to figure it out as a community.
That won't take very long.
So you're going to have to Google what the strongest one is and do it every time.
That'll take about a day.
They have a new armor system, which will allow variations of moves, different aesthetics to your character, and they kind of compared it to an RPG. Maybe you have some stats that might change depending on what armor you have. I don't know how you balance this.
Like you can make Flash useful?
I don't know how you balance this in a fighting game, besides making a standardized mode, but then that makes people not even want to play with the armor thing in the first place. So that was interesting, and it seems like they're going to put microtransactions in the game because of that. Probably packs with the armor. It almost seemed like it was a way to get microtransactions into the game, to be honest. And then my final note here is, who do we want to see in Injustice 2?
Well, most of the characters I don't want to see are already in it. Obviously want to see Deathstroke. Best character ever.
Who?
Deathstroke,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, he was in it already.
He's sweet.
He's probably going to return. He's super popular.
I love Deathstroke.
Bizarro.
Yes.
Jeez, what do you mean Bizarro? We have Supergirl, we have Superman. You just want another one?
That's all I got.
You guys are the worst.
Bizarro would be fantastic.
It'd be hilarious.
So
I just want to hear him interact with the other characters.
Here we go, NetherRealms. We want Blue Beetle.
That's fair.
We want Black Canary.
No, we don't.
Shut up. We want Black Canary. We want Saint Walker and Indigo 1.
We want all of Kevin's favorite characters.
These aren't my favorite characters.
I think we need every variation of Robin. Every single one.
We axe Robin, we axe Red Robin, we axe Nightwing. We don't need any of them.
Nightwing. He's got batons.
Oh, he's so awful.
I know.
Who else would I like to see?
Beast Boy.
Honestly, yes.
Beast Boy would be really cool.
I really would just kind of like the Teen Titans / Young Justice. Like we had Cyborg and Raven, but Starfire would be a really cool character. And then other than that, I would like to see more skin variations of characters that have similar powers. So like Black Manta could be Aquaman or things along those lines. I actually would have suggested Supergirl be Superman, but that doesn't work anymore. Yeah, because she's her own character and she seems pretty different. But
yeah.
What's your next game?
My next game, not a whole lot about it, is Death Stranding, the new Kojima game. Super excited. Norman Reedus trailer didn't make any sense at all. Looks really cool though.
Norman Fetus.
I haven't heard that. That's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. There was a brief interview on YouTube Live. I watched through that just recently, and basically he asked him a bunch of questions. You know what the game's about. What can you tell us?
And he doesn't answer any of them.
Very vague.
Tells you nothing.
All we know is there's gonna be some action elements of the game. He said something along the lines of people are really into action games right now, and he thinks they would really enjoy this to be an action game, something along that. And he also mentioned that
horror.
Yeah, it's
a horror game.
He said after 3 hours of gameplay, it's gonna feel like a completely different game, which I thought was very interesting. So it's Kojima, so you know.
Metal Gear 5 felt like a different game after the first hour. You were doing the stealthy stuff, and then you're in a fucking desert on a horse. I'm like, what happened?
I remember us playing the demo for that game.
Yeah, that felt like a different game too.
Yeah, it felt like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which is probably not supposed to, but
yeah, that's fair. I think we were playing it wrong.
Oh, we definitely were.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I know he tried to get questions out of him, like, is he Norman Reedus in the game? He's like, no, he's playing a character.
Yep.
One of my favorite things that I saw was Quiet from Metal Gear 5. has a lot of attributes of the baby, and people are like, he birthed quiet. And I just thought it was amazing.
Yeah, he also mentioned something along the lines of he kind of wanted people to make their own ideas about the story. So the way I interpreted that, it could mean something along the lines of like the way the Dark Souls games portray their story, kind of like leaves it up for a lot of interpretation, likely. But like I said, it's so early to kind of make your own decisions.
He doesn't even have an engine for this game.
Yeah, so
he's working on it on 2 separate engines to pick what one he wants to use. This game is not coming out in
this decade.
Before 2019, probably 2020 is where we'll have a hope of seeing the game.
Likely.
And even then, unless it's a smaller game, which would be neat, but I just don't see Kojima doing small. It would be cool if it was like a shorter style game, and he could get right back on something else that's crazy, almost Twilight Zone style.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. Thank you.
Welcome to Win.
Do you have something else, Kellen?
We'll talk about Horizon a little bit.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to
Absolutely.
Woo. I'm very excited for this game. I like the way the combat and the whole capturing the mech animal thing looks, where you tether them down to pull stuff off of them. I love the capturing the mount. For whatever reason, I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah.
Can't tell you why.
That surprised me.
Yeah,
when I
that
was
kind of
watching
surprised me too. I just like the way this game looks.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
The whole idea
Yes.
behind that game is just the
sto-
coolest thing I could possibly think of. I don't know.
The
It's
story in this
off
game
wall.
is very intriguing to me.
Mhm.
The
Curious what's
story
going
is
on.
something that really intrigues me too,
Yeah.
because I don't know what it is at all. Like
I kinda
I
haven't-
understand
haven't
the
guessed.
world,
Yeah.
but I don't understand. Like she's trying to find
She's trying
what's
to figure
going
out
on.
what's going on, and nobody
and-
wants her to.
I think she's just bored.
Yeah, and
I
at
think she's just
at the
bored.
end of the story trailer, the thing scans her, the robot scans her, and it says identity recognized
Identity, yeah.
or whatever, and then it closes off. I'm like, oh,
Like, so she's somebody and she doesn't know it, or somebody.
She's probably like some long descendant of one
Yeah, I'm
of
sure
like the
she's
old
somebody's
scientists or
kid.
something.
They say she's an outcast and whatnot. So
So my favorite thing that I heard on this game, and I told you about it, was that they seem to have found a way to stop the grinding, of like killing monsters over and over to get the correct loot.
yeah,
Basically, they have a create a quest mode where you can pause the game and be like, I need coal, or I need whatever you need,
Where
and the
is it?
game will create a quest for you right then and there where the reward is what you asked for. So it'll make like a
Oh.
procedural quest for you, and you can get the supplies you need without having to like
just
Go kill some wolves
and
and
look
get some coal.
around and just kill things until you
I
find
didn't
it.
kill
It'll
stuff
make
for
it.
6 hours for this one piece of gold.
Yeah, so you can actually make a specific quest for the items that you need. And I was like, that's awesome.
I like
Because
that, yeah.
as somebody who doesn't like open world games, they knocked off one checkbox. Another checkbox that they sure didn't knock off was the dialogue. When they got to that, I was like, ooh, this looks like Mass Effect.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't
I love
know.
that dialogue.
Yeah, I think dialogue looks fine.
Dialogue's fun.
When,
It's
we,
not
when
gonna
we were
be that
sitting
big
with
of a
watching it, I turned to Nick. I was like, look, it looks like the game you like.
I like Mass Effect.
Never played them.
Yeah, very excited for Horizon. There's a sweet collector's edition.
Yeah, got a pre-order. That's
Yeah.
what I pre-ordered.
It seems awesome.
I put like 3 pre-orders in this week. That was one
Nice. Yeah, I'll
What was the
definitely be
third one?
buying that one.
of them. That one, Detroit, and oddly enough, FF15. So, because wait mode, the wait mode sold me on that game actually.
What is this?
The new way you can play and actually pause and set up like tactical style stuff. You can pause the combat almost KOTOR like and set up your next couple moves.
Oh, that's really cool.
That pretty much sold that game to me.
You can play like One Direction, the journey through boss fights.
Yeah, I get to play Boy Band the game. It's great.
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh, and the
Christ.
flying car. I just want the flying car.
Yeah, everybody real excited about the
that
flying
car looks awesome.
They're like, look, it flies really high.
Yeah, it has multiple modes and stuff.
So this is something I wanted to do last week, but you were missing in action,
Oh yeah.
and Jordan was not here for these predictions. But you can chime in and tell us whether or not you thought it was a good prediction or a really dumb one,
Or how-
because some of them
how
in
dumb we
retrospect
are.
look really dumb.
Mostly yours.
I can't wait.
So let's see who won. We have 3 sets of predictions because Nintendo is awful. Nintendo's just terrible.
Honestly, didn't even watch their thing. I forgot about it.
I watched.
Zelda.
Yeah, there was lots of Zelda. I watched the trailer and I was like, "This is cool." And then
Zelda.
then they showed Pokemon for way too long, and
you can never show Pokemon for too long.
they showed it
Yeah,
for too
no.
long. And they didn't show anything new. They were like showing the old Pokemon and all this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" So I left and got food and came back and then watched like 10 minutes of Zelda. And I'm like, I don't want to watch people play this game. And they were
Zelda.
refusing to like do the dungeons and the story and all this stuff. The only thing that we found out that I was like, yes, because I don't like the open worlds, and they made an open world, whatever. The only thing I found out that I'm excited for is there's voice acting. And I was like, thank God. They did it. You did something good.
I hope everybody has a voice but Link.
Yeah,
That'd be hilarious.
if Link talks, I'm done.
Like,
I'm done.
Why wouldn't you want
They
Link to
ripped out
talk?
his-
He's not supposed to talk.
It makes no sense that
They
he
ripped
doesn't
out his
talk.
voice box. He's not talking.
He's not supposed to
I
talk.
hope that's part of the story. So this was a crazy idea. This is what I was thinking for the game. You play as Link, and you have your hood down, whatever. You do your thing, but then you finish a dungeon, and you see somebody else that looks a lot like you with their hood up finish the dungeon as well. So the dungeons are almost like trials, and both these people are finishing it. And after each dungeon, the characters swap. You're playing this other character who you don't know who it is. And then you go through all the dungeons, kind of switching back and forth because they would have the same items and things because they both did the
Doing
trials,
all the same
basically.
stuff.
And then the final dungeon, you go in one side of it, then they go in the other side of it, and you meet in the middle. Whoosh, takes off the hood, it's Zelda. You and Zelda have been doing the dungeons together the whole time. That's what I want.
And then they kill each other?
Yes.
That's a,
All right.
that's a
They
very
fight to
long,
the death.
overarching theory you got
And
there.
then Ganondorf shows up for some reason.
He's like, well, my job's done here.
How about we do these predictions? All right.
My God.
I haven't looked at these, so I don't know who won.
I
We're
won.
going to
It
award
was all
points
me.
right now
Oh, Jesus.
and see how this goes. There's one I'm docking you points on already that I remember because it
Which
was
one?
stupid. Your Deus Ex one.
Oh, yeah.
Third party.
Because I hadn't
Kevin,
looked up any of
we'll
it.
see Watch Dogs 2. It releases this year. Full point for Kevin.
Oh.
Easy enough.
Wait, I got to write this.
Oh, Jesus.
Boom, boom.
Here, let me do
one.
that.
Okay. But you don't know what they say, so no.
Oh, okay.
You can't
Well, I was
read.
just going to tally for you.
Kellen. BioWare will show off a new IP.
Did they?
No. Kevin, Titanfall 2 will be revealed.
Yeah.
It releases 2016. Point for Kevin.
Thank God for that.
I like this game.
I like that game.
Robots.
Kellen, Red Dead 2 will be revealed.
Oh,
I'm so sad about that. I wanted it. I wanted it so badly.
I didn't care, actually.
Kevin, now this one, there will be 2 new Star Wars games announced. So we saw 5 Star Wars games, I believed,
Yeah,
but
something
none
like-
of
something
them,
like that.
and we saw them for the first time.
Yeah.
They announced Battlefront 2 is coming next year. That
Yeah,
was new.
That's really soon.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's not as
but
good as old Battlefront 2.
they didn't specifically announce 2 new Star Wars games. They announced 1.
Yeah,
Does Kevin get half a point?
that's
No.
fine.
I don't know.
I wouldn't have given it to him.
0.5. Well, if we're not doing half a points, Kellen's going to lose a lot of points in a minute. So.
Oh, yeah.
Civilization 6 will get a trailer and new information. You cop out.
What?
And you're lucky because it didn't until like the last day.
Yeah.
And they had it.
It's like the last thing.
So you
So
get
excited.
a point. I like predictions. Predictions are fun.
That's fine.
Ubisoft will end the show with a new Splinter Cell game.
How'd that go?
They ended it with the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. Jeez. Oh, you can snowboard down a mountain.
Yeah.
But it's shitty.
Snowboarding.
You could just play SSX. No points for me. Persona 5, English release date, 2017.
How'd I do?
1 full point.
All right.
Valentine's Day.
God damn it.
That shitty ass game I've never played.
You're fired. No one's ever played 2.5. At least not here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Evil Within 2 will be revealed at Bethesda's conference. They revealed everything except for Evil
Everything
Within.
but Evil.
They literally hit like all their IPs.
Every IP they own except that one.
I didn't get a new
Um,
Elder Scrolls.
Huh?
I didn't get a new Elder Scrolls yet, so I'm sad about that.
Oh, they had a quote that they're working on
I saw that.
2 games and they're not Elder Scrolls.
Nope,
so you're
sure
not
not.
getting an Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls
that's
6.
gonna
They
be.
actually mentioned that they will be planning to work on that in the future, though. I saw that they have plans.
Yeah,
or
do you know how
something.
long it takes them to make a game?
Very long time.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
getting
very
it.
sad.
Not
It
anytime
probably won't be on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna play it on PlayStation 4 anyway.
Well, you probably can't, so
Probably
we're
won't
good.
have that option.
Deus Ex Mankind Divided will get a trailer, and you said release date even though it already had one.
Yeah, I hadn't looked it up.
Yeah, because it didn't exist. There was no... I was actually surprised Deus Ex wasn't on any of the stages or anything.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
That game might not be good.
Very well might not.
It seems like they might be hiding it.
It looks good.
Currently 2.5 to 2. Microsoft. We will get a revival of an old IP. Perhaps Conquer. That didn't happen.
Yeah. Poor Conquer.
He's dead.
Halo Wars 2 Release date 2017.
How'd that do?
Halo Wars 2. Did it come out? Was it this year? I think it was. Or I think it was next year.
Yeah.
Or is it this year? Are you sure? Check it out.
I promise nothing.
Because I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. Because I thought that game looked like trash. Next, Microsoft will reveal more backwards compatible games.
2016.
2016? You get half a point, Kellen.
Woo! It's earlier than I thought.
Microsoft will reveal more backwards compatible games. Sort of happened, but wasn't at all at E3, so I'm not counting it. Scalebound, new trailer and info.
Oh, yeah.
It happened.
I'd say you got that.
Yeah, they played it on stage.
Sure did.
Yep.
This is a good one. Full mouse and keyboard support is coming to the Xbox. Phil Spencer, after the show, announced that full mouse and keyboard is coming in a few months. Point for Kevin.
Way to go.
Oculus support on the Xbox One. Now, this one's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's on the Scorpio, not the Xbox One.
That's an Xbox One.
We don't know that.
It plays all the Xbox One games.
The PlayStation 3 can play the PlayStation games.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to put a question mark next to this one in case it's deciding the thing.
You know it will be. If you do it like that.
Of course.
Microsoft will announce a third-party exclusive. I don't actually think this happened. They announced Dead Rising 4.
Yeah.
It's a year-long exclusive.
A timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
I wouldn't count it either. It's
All right.
coming to PlayStation. So I don't think they really got one.
Not that
I can't think of one.
Probably just fucking this whole thing up. Maybe I should have looked this up beforehand.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how technical our questions
You're
were.
terrible.
Crackdown footage will be shown with a release date. That sure didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed in that.
Apparently, it was pulled from the show because it was on the official leaked list, and
Yeah.
they seem to have pulled it last minute.
That sucks.
ReCore is coming 2017, and we will get gameplay. ReCore is coming 2016, and
Yep.
we got gameplay. Half a point for Kevin. There will be an Xbox Slim Holiday 2016. The Xbox 4K is coming the first quarter of 2017. Get fucked.
Oh, well.
3/4 of a point. That's it for Microsoft.
All right.
So let's.
What are you doing?
I'm up a quarter point.
He's up a quarter. Yeah, he is up a quarter point. That's
Oh, yeah.
funny. The Last Guardian. I shouldn't have fucking done this. It's coming August 2016.
How'd that go?
Half a
Wow.
point for Kevin. It's 2016. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming 2017. A point for Kellen.
Woo.
Attaboy.
Kojima will not be on stage.
I'm so glad you stole that from me.
That was a poor choice in retrospect.
Yeah.
Yup.
Come on, man.
Uncharted 4 DLC 2016.
2060.
16.
That's
Yes,
a long time
2016.
from now.
There is. We just talked about it. Multiplayer DLC.
Yeah, 2060.
The VR release lineup will be revealed with at least 15 minutes of VR. We definitely got 15 minutes of VR. We found out lots of titles, but they didn't show a spread of all the
No, like
titles. They
release.
still did there's going to be 50 by the end of the year, so I'll take half a point on that one. Got a little ambitious with that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, well.
Sony exclusive Spider-Man game gets revealed. It's
Attaboy.
created by Sucker Punch.
Dang. I thought they would have that.
Half a point. Man, this is close.
Thanks.
Kingdom Hearts 2.5 gets a release date. No Kingdom Hearts 3. Fucking nailed it.
That's true. They didn't show any
Thought it was
Kingdom Hearts 3.
2.8.
That's kind of surprising. I didn't
Or
actually
2. I
think
said
about it.
2.5. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have an 8 written right there.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do I only have 4 Sony things written down and I have 5 for you? Oh, fuck. I don't know what the last one was.
You did 5. I don't remember what the last one was.
I hope I did.
Somewhere.
We'll have to see. You'll see if it matters. Final Fantasy VII Remake gets a release date.
Don't remember seeing that.
Negative yesterday.
PlayStation Neo 2017.
Don't know.
So this mystery missing thing decides the game.
Where did it go?
So I have 6. You have 5, 7, 5, and this Oculus support, Xbox One, which I'm going to, no matter what, give you at least half credit on.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So I guess you win by 0.25.
Because we don't know where your
Because
last
I don't know what my last prediction was.
Did you run out maybe? We overlapped too much? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Check the tapes.
This is
Check the
what
tapes.
Technically, yeah.
this is what we can do. Pull it up on your phone
That's a
and
long way
figure
away.
it out. We'll move into the viewer questions. That was fun though, but there's a lot riding on it. As of right now,
How am I going to pull it up on my phone?
you are the temporary winner as of right now.
I'm always
by
the winner.
0.25. We'll give you a little crown.
Sweet.
So we're going to move on to questions. Go ahead and leave your viewer questions down below so we can get to them on the show. This is a question that I've always liked and I've always thought was interesting.
Why is Kevin bad at video games?
No.
It's a good question.
If you had a kid and you were going to show them gaming, would you start them with old consoles, like 8-bit things or even Atari, and then bring them up to modern? Or would you start them at modern day / like phone games?
Being myself, I'll just start my kids with Nintendo 64, just like I did. I just think, I don't know. I just want kids to play Banjo-Kazooie.
Are garbage.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck those games.
Be the worst generation to start them on.
Nope.
I personally think
Banjo-Kazooie.
the controls are terrible.
Nope.
No.
If they look awful.
Hey, you gotta start at the worst, so
No.
it just gets better.
The N64 might be the worst.
Oh, it's definitely the worst.
64.
No, I mean I like it, but if you're gonna start somebody with 3D and not even do the 2D stuff, the N64 is probably the worst thing you could do.
Hey,
The controller looks like a trident.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
for
murder
people-
weapon. It's a controller. It does it
for
all.
People with like 3 hands.
Yeah, I never understood who designed that.
it doesn't make any sense.
Some
at
guy
all.
with an alien in his chest to get a hold of the middle. I don't know.
So for me personally, I would 100% start them on the original Nintendo and be like,
Mario, go.
this is Mario, this is Zelda, this is,
Nobody
these
cares about
games.
Zelda.
Shut up. This is Metroid, whatever. This is Mega Man. It's probably a big one. And then move to the Super Nintendo. Be like, this is the best Zelda there is. This is a Mario that's worse than the other ones. This is a Mega Man that is also worse than the other ones.
Yeah, there's not a good one, so. You know.
This is a Metroid that's better than the other ones. And then move them to the N64 and be like, now all the games are really shitty.
Negative.
Except Mario 64.
And
Agreed.
Zelda. You got Majora's Mask. Best
Nobody
game.
cares.
Except for Mario
Except
64.
Mario 64.
All the games got worse.
And GoldenEye. Here's your first-person shooter.
GoldenEye.
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 That's fair.
Unreal Tournament.
And then the PlayStation.
Unreal Tournament, yeah.
You got to introduce the Crash Bandicoots.
Bandicoot.
You got to introduce, I guess the Spyros.
Spyro's alright.
They're probably too young for Silent Hill. That's probably not a good one to start them
Nope.
on.
You gotta start them. Start them young. They
Halo.
can handle it.
Go to Xbox, get a Halo.
So then I would move on to the PS2 and then the PS3, and I'd just go straight up. And then once they've graduated, I'd say, happy birthday. I got you the PlayStation 17.
Here's a PS9.
You can play Zelda on it because Nintendo's going third party because they grew some sense.
Because they ran out of money.
Enjoy. That's how I would do it. Do you got the predictions? You can give your answer while
I can't find them.
give me it.
Okay.
Is
Sure.
this the actual prediction one?
Sure. It's the one with the lightsaber. So
Oh, you went to the...
Nice.
where's I supposed to go?
No, this is right.
All right, then.
Yeah, this is the predictions. We're on BioWare.
Yeah.
I just need to go to the viewer questions now and then go back a little bit because it would be my last prediction.
Probably.
Go ahead and answer. If you had a kid, how would you start them? This episode's a train wreck, by the way.
I don't care.
Let me just go ahead and apologize
I have no
for
idea
that.
what I'm
I
doing.
probably start them wherever we're at currently.
Interesting. So what style, like a phone game or like you
something-
can't do VR, that's too
Something
much,
simple. If depending on what platformers are still around, something there, or maybe
Ukulele
maybe
3.
something like if there's like a No Man's Sky style game around,
That's a good one.
That is good.
something
Minecraft.
kind of like that. Minecraft, yeah. Or
Minecraft's a great
like
game.
Minecraft 2, maybe at that point.
Ooh. No.
Something like that, and then work backwards if they want.
Yeah,
Let
I
them
think
decide.
I like that idea a
Start
lot.
something simple.
Minecraft
easy
is
to
such a
handle.
great game for like children to get into video games. I guess I know it's humongously popular with like younger generations, but
And a lot.
my
of people.
God, that game is so much fun. Even just playing it with my younger brother, I still play it to this day. I
That's
still play
alright.
Minecraft with my little brother. It's
Then
a
we
great
go play
time.
League of Legends.
Start 'em wanting to kill people real young. That
Yeah,
sounds great.
Get the anger going.
Yep, you know.
No, you start somewhere simple though. Something basic.
Yeah, League of Legends is real simple.
It is.
Yeah,
I love that game.
I don't.
No, something like that. Sports games.
That yeah,
It's
obviously.
what I played a lot when I was a kid was racing games.
Yeah.
Football games.
Blitz 2000 on the N64.
Yeah.
Best console ever.
I don't know about all
obviously.
that now.
It's up there.
Smash
Okay.
Brothers.
I
Original
don't
Smash
like
Brothers
those games.
I think I only did 4.
Did we overlap too much or something?
Way to go.
We didn't overlap too much, but you went into the Neo,
Oh,
and I kind of rode that wave and started talking about the Neo,
And
and,
we never-
then didn't give a prediction. That's what it seems like.
and never went back.
So I said I had some honorable mentions. Here's my first one. Do we want to use that as my final prediction?
You can use the first one.
Gravity Rush 2 gets a new trailer,
All right.
2017.
How'd that go?
He just
I
wanted
get
to win.
0.5 points, which
just-
brings my final tally to 6.5.
and
And you have 5.75
575.
and also the half point,
So 625.
so 625. So I would win
so
by
close.
0.25.
Because you cheated.
Yes.
Yep.
Champion.
Cheater.
Pretty much.
We'll double confirm it after, and on
Why?
the next show,
Why?
the
We're not
winner is
getting
wearing
it.
a
Just scratched them
crown.
all out.
Yeah, you already
I'll
scratched-
listen to the
You
thing.
already scratched.
The winner will be wearing a crown. That's how you know who won.
I always wear a hat. Well, not always.
It better be a Burger King crown.
Moving on. It'll be a crown that we decorate.
You don't want me
Oh,
to
dear.
decorate a crown.
The
I do.
loser. No, that doesn't make sense. The loser has to wear a crown that the winner decorates.
I'm not wearing anything you decorate.
I don't know why
Moving
you're
on.
deciding this after the fact. Should have done it beforehand.
Yeah, it's too late now.
You know what? We're going to move on to the game releases.
Okay.
So Gareth did a little bit of a write-up. Not too many games. What do we got here?
Nothing. There we go. Let's open with 7 Days to Die, Xbone PS4. Console release for open world survival horror game.
Oh,
I
there's
feel
lots
like-
of those.
I feel like we do one of those every week.
We do one of those every week.
Full
see that on Twitch a
Mojo.
lot.
What'd you call me?
I said I see that game on Twitch a lot. I haven't
7
actually
days.
sat down and watched it.
I've seen it a little bit. I'm usually only on there to watch the league, but it's on there. Full Mojo Rampage, Xbone PS4. Another console release for a roguelike action game based around powers of voodoo.
Speaking of things we get every week, a roguelike action game.
Some sort of action game. God Eater Resurrection, PS4, Vita, PC.
It's a real game.
North American release for a JRPG. Second in the God Eater series.
Right on.
Grand Kingdom Physical, PS4, Vita. Tactical RPG already had a digital release in February. This is physical. Lego Star Wars Force Awakens for all the things. Xbone, 360, PS4, PS3, Wii U, Vita, 3DS, PC. Lego Force Awakens. Are you getting
Sounds.
No.
that?
I bet it's a lot like all the other Lego Star Wars
Yeah.
games.
I bet it should have been a Lego Dimensions set, and I'm mad it's not.
That's completely, perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. If it was a Lego Dimensions set, I would have bought it.
Yeah, I don't know why they did the Dimensions if they're gonna keep doing.
Especially because
Standalone
they're doing story Lego Dimensions things now that are like huge kits that come with a full set or whatever. They have a
Yeah.
Ghostbusters one. It's like
Is it old Ghostbusters or new Ghostbusters?
it's the shitty new ones.
Ew.
That's why I'm not buying that either.
Fair
I'm just
enough.
done.
All right. Prison Architect, Xbone, PS4. Console
Oh.
release for the prison construction simulator game.
I did not know that they were going to console. I heard a lot of good things about that game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really fun. Resident Evil 5 for the Xbone, PS4.
We're almost at Resident Evil 4. You
Whoa.
can almost get excited about these
Working
remakes.
our way there.
I don't know why they're going backwards.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
2 is coming up.
Yeah, in like
well,
4
they
years.
they'll get there eventually.
I hope so. Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness, PS4.
Yay. It's a JRPG. I have a lot of JRPG stuff to play right now, so this is
Yes.
going to the back of the line, but I'm still very, very excited for this. Now, is this a Vita game?
PS4, doesn't say Vita.
Ooh.
Now, there was a Vita version of this game, and I'm curious if it was canceled. It's quite possible.
I don't know.
Or maybe they're not releasing it here and they only did it in Japan. Because this game's been out in Japan.
Yeah, like usual.
But, yeah, super excited for this. Much more traditional, action JRPG style thing.
Yep.
Very weird. Like it a lot.
The Technomancer, Xbone, PS4, PC. Sci-fi themed action RPG set in the same universe as the Mars War Logs. It was released in 2013. So
Yeah, I have no idea.
yeah.
The old Mars War Logs.
Yeah. Zero Escape 3, Zero Time Dilemma. 3DS Vita. Third and final installment in the Zero Escape series. Psychological horror game. Sounds like
very similar to Danganronpa, same guys.
Ooh.
I don't want to say that. Very interesting story. It's very similar to those escape room style things. You're trapped in a room. You need to know way too much stuff to be able to get out of the room.
Yeah.
It's similar like that, except there's death on the line for this, like Danganronpa. I'm very excited. I still need to play the second one before I get to this one. It's also the only game to match Uncharted's Metacritic.
Really?
This year.
Really? That sounds like something I might enjoy. I might have to look into that.
And it's on the Vita.
So it's a real game.
Yay, Vita!
More importantly, it's on the 3DS.
And it runs on the Vita.
And it probably runs better on the Vita. June 29th, we get Inside for the Xbone. Puzzle platformer from the Limbo guys. Thematically and visually similar to Limbo. You control a young boy in a monochromatic landscape.
Very awesome. Limbo is fantastic, and they haven't shown a lot of this game, and I feel like there's a reason for that, but that's one that's been on everybody's radar for so long, and the fact that they kind of, at E3, were like, and it comes out really soon.
And it's out soon.
Yeah, which is nice.
June 30th, we get Box Boy for the 3DS. Sequel to Box Boy, the side-scrolling room puzzles, where they're assembled by box structures. Just kind of block hazards, that kind of thing.
Have you played that game?
I have not, actually.
That game's supposed to be really good.
It's supposed to be great.
Like, really good. I haven't played it at all, but I know people that swear by that game.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
You haven't played it at all.
Negative.
Captain 3DS.
I have like one game on my 3DS.
Captain 3DS over the Vita.
Hey, I just bought it because it had Majora's Mask on it. That's really cool.
The 3DS is better than the Vita.
Literally the only game I own on that is Majora's Mask.
Idiots. So let's move on to what we're currently playing or what we've been playing. I have a lot, and I kind of want to pitch some of these games almost as like a sales pitch because I really like a lot of them.
Sure you do.
So I'm just going to go down my list here. Start out. I played The Witness finally.
About time.
Holy crap, this game is awesome. It's exactly what it looks like, and then you get to the puzzles and you understand how mind-bendingly smart they are. It's just like a grid, and all you have to do is get to the other end of the grid so you can draw however you want, and you go out and you solve the puzzle. But then they add a symbol, and you're like, okay, try this. That didn't do anything. Okay, I'll try going this way. That didn't do anything. Until you figure out what that symbol means. Then you find new symbols and new symbols and new symbols, and then puzzles are combining those symbols once you've figured out what they mean, and you're like lighting up these chords on this island, and you're like powering everything there. It's really, really cool. I only played it for a couple hours because I was on somebody else's account trying it out, and I was going down a real deep rabbit hole with the game, and I didn't want to because I knew I was going to buy the game. Fantastic. Phenomenal puzzle game. Holy crap. And it's like 100 hours if you want to go do all the puzzles.
Yeah.
We played the Resident Evil 7 demo.
Sure did.
How did you feel about that?
Very much enjoyed it. Great game. The feel for it was awesome. I don't know. When walking through that house, it felt like I was actually there.
The controls are great.
The controls are fantastic. Very scary. Very well done.
So I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I didn't like it that much. And the reason was it felt like they were really trying to be PT without any idea of why PT was awesome. They had all these spooky... Shut up. They had all these spooky sound effects. I have to tell you shut up at least 8 times an episode. Yeah. They had all these spooky, scary sound effects that didn't really mean anything. They were kind of just noise. Noise. Yeah. Whereas in PT, you heard like sobbing, and you were terrified because you know at any moment something could happen. The game is super short. The demo is super short. It has multiple endings, which is cool, and there's ways to tweak the endings, but nobody's figured out how to beat it, or if you can beat it at that. There's no credit screen, so that's what I think people are going off of. Nobody's seen the credits for the game. But there's definitely not a following like PT had, and it's either so obtuse because there's items people don't know what they do and stuff. It's either so obtuse, or it just doesn't have the following that people don't care, or they just put things in the game to mess with people, and it's to the point where it feels like they just put things in the game so people would talk about the game. And
I think that's where we're at right now.
And I don't think that's cool. Like, you can get a weapon in it, and it doesn't do anything.
I think that's fun.
And like stuff like, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. Yeah, it's super short. It has a couple jump scares. I don't think they're great. I was never like psychologically messed with and been like, I don't want to turn this corner. I don't want to do this. I was always like, okay, this is what I got to do. There might be something that passes the screen, but
this is what's next.
Yeah. The coolest thing in the demo is there's this ghost girl that appears when you go to like the past time travel videotape part. And she randomly appears, and she only appears for a split second. And I think that's the best part of the demo, and I wish they did more with her. It's random to get her to appear. There's certain spots people have found and certain things you can do, I guess, to make it more likely. But she's the most interesting part of the demo to me, and it's kind of unfortunate. I've been playing through Dark Cloud. I talked about that last week, but I'm further now. I've gotten every single optional trophy. I just need to beat the game to platinum it. That game is hard.
It didn't look easy.
As hell.
It didn't look easy.
That game is incredibly brutal. Procedurally generated levels and dungeons. You don't know what enemy has the key. You don't have any sort of clue. There's a thirst meter, so if you get too thirsty, your health runs out. Your weapons have meters, so if you start attacking things, your weapons will break. When they break, they're gone forever. Your characters don't level up. Your weapons do, so you can get the best weapon in the game and then break it by accident, and it's gone forever.
They break really fast.
The game is very brutal.
And then sometimes you go in the dungeon, there's no water, and you're just like, well, screw me.
It's very brutal, but I really, really, really like it. I've 100%ed every section up until I'm in the final area. So I would say I'd have it platinumed, but maybe not because I have some other games to play, which I'm going to get to right now. Kellen, I've been playing Tokyo Mirage.
Okay.
I love it.
Maybe my favorite game of the year.
Wow.
I love this game.
It's very good.
The 12 hours I played of it was in one sitting.
Oh, Jesus.
I've played it in two separate settings.
That's why I slept so long today.
I played it in two separate settings. I really, really like this game.
It's great. It's everything from the two series they mashed up that I like, and it's two of my favorite series already. So.
And I'm somebody who doesn't know what a Fire Emblem is, and I still thoroughly enjoy the game.
You probably understand all of it pretty well.
I understand it. Like, I literally, the only thing I know that's from Fire Emblem is Chrom.
It's Chrom, yeah.
And I assume all of their Mirages are?
I've recognized some of them, but I don't know much about them. Like, they're ones I've seen before.
Okay.
I don't think they were in games that I've played.
The game feels like Persona Lite to me, which isn't a bad thing in a year where we don't have a Persona. I love the flair, the style, the menus, all that stuff is fantastic. The music is great. I really like the way they handle NPCs on the Wii U, because the Wii U would blow up if they tried to put real NPCs.
They're only if they're important to actually have like a character model, otherwise they're just colored out.
They're the silhouettes.
Yeah.
I really like the game. It feels I don't want to say it feels rushed, but the way they do the story is much more rushed than I think Persona was. Like, in the intro of the prologue, you run into somebody who has all the answers and just explains everything to you.
Yeah.
But that's nice. It's like, okay, cool, I'm caught up now.
Like, yeah.
It's completely unrealistic, but I'm caught up now.
I'm ready to go.
Not that the story's realistic, but
yeah, Persona stories are not very realistic.
They're more realistic than this, damn it.
Are they?
I think so.
Going into a TV?
I think the world of Persona is more realistic.
I mean, they're kind of similar.
They're very similar.
Right.
I'm grasping at straws here. So yeah, I really, really, really like this game, and I don't know if I'll have it beaten because I have no clue how long it is.
Yeah, I don't know how long it is.
For all I know, it's like 20 hours.
And I'm almost done.
Or it could be 60.
It's an Atlas game, so it's probably 50.
Yeah, it's probably around 50 or 60. I very much enjoy it. I think I'm 8 hours in or so, something like that. We sat and played it for a while today.
Yeah,
I was
we were
showing
playing
it
for a good couple
I
hours.
think my save time was like 12 hours, 14 minutes or something.
I love how the combat works with the sessions and link.
The sessions are great.
You basically link together moves, and and if they have like similar names, they'll do follow-up attacks with that. Like you attack somebody to their weakness, and then everybody that has a like follow-up will do the follow-up move. I love how you earn new attacks. You basically have to craft a weapon, and then you use the weapon, and the weapon kind of levels up. And when it hits that level, you get new moves from it, and then once you've mastered it, you can
move to the next one.
You build a new weapon.
Hopefully,
or you don't have anything. You build a new weapon and you learn those moves. So it's kind of worthless to keep an equipped weapon unless it's just super strong, I guess.
I change weapons pretty regularly.
Yeah, I change it every time I get the chance because there's really no reason to keep on.
Yeah,
and then the dungeons are built like Persona Q in that they're puzzles.
Yeah.
And I like that because they're not annoying like Persona Q's.
You don't have to draw the map yourself.
You don't have to draw the map, and I don't feel like I'm being punished when I messed up. Persona Q, I take the wrong step, and my party gets wiped out, and I have to start over, and I'm just like...
Jeez. No.
Really like it. Boss fights are hard.
No, they're not. Well, they're not easy, but they're not hard.
They're pretty hard.
They're all right.
What are you playing on?
Probably easy, I think.
That's what I'm playing on.
So they're not hard. You just suck.
That's partially true. I only died once.
Oh yeah, I did die once.
Anything else? What'd you die in?
I ran into.
We're going down a rabbit hole. I really like this game. We haven't talked about it. So.
Yeah, it's a great. I tried to fight one of the black enemies instead of the red.
I killed a black enemy.
I killed one.
And then I fought another one. And for some reason,
the
level was up like 7.
The problem was I tried to leave because I was already like half health, and he was just like, didn't work, and then we all died in one attack. I was like, all right, that was cool.
That happened to me. I think I lost 2 characters, and my last one escaped.
They just
we'll talk off camera about it because I don't want to spoil anything. I want to know like who your favorite characters are so far. But so before I get to my last one, is there anything else you've been playing?
The usual, that League. Overwatch. That's about it.
Who's your favorite character in Overwatch?
Yeah, I'd like to hear this too.
Oh, God.
It's tough choice.
Probably Roadhog.
Is he the one with the hook?
Sure is. Because I like to hook people. And you have a shotgun, so you pull him to you and kill him in one shot.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a big idiot. Kind of fits me, you know. Plus, I have the skin where he's wearing like a shark on his head.
You would.
Have you been playing anything, Jordan?
No, I've been so busy the last few weeks. I haven't really been playing much. Coming back here.
Bloodborne?
I've been playing Bloodborne. I was playing Dark Souls until my computer crapped out on me. Rest in peace.
Console gaming.
Nope.
Master Race. Nope.
What's wrong? We'll do that later.
Yep.
PCs are just problems. Let me tell you.
I haven't even opened mine in 3 years.
Same thing would happen to a console if you had been in the same situation.
I hadn't had to.
So my final game I wanted to talk about was Mighty Number 9.
Oh,
I beat it. Really like it, and to the degree the reviews, I don't know if you've seen the reviews.
I don't care.
They are atrocious. Like
Really?
there's 1 out of 10s, all this stuff.
There's no way it's that bad.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm not a big Mega Man fan, but the game does not look that bad.
Wait a minute, guys. You're being a little ridiculous. So I think people are just really salty about this Kickstarter. Now, I could understand a world where it's a 6 out of 10 if you were expecting a Mega Man game, because it's not as Mega Man as people
It can't be
think.
anything lower than a 3 if it functions. There's
Correct.
No way.
Yep.
There's no way.
There is frame rate problems, and by that I mean if you use the super explodey weapon and spam it, the frame rate does drop. I had that happen to me 3 times throughout beating the game, but 2 of them were me trying to get it to drop.
Oh.
It only dropped on me once. I played on PS4. It only dropped on me once by like accident, where I was like surprised. I feel like it's just a really salty Kickstarter like upset. Like the game doesn't play like Mega Man in that in this one you shoot things until they turn a color, and then you dash into them, and you get the power up of that color for like 10 seconds. So if they're red, your attacks are stronger and can go through walls. If they're green, you can run twice as fast. If they're blue, I still don't know what that does. There's a gold one that I also don't know what it does.
Maybe it's like Golden Sonic.
I think blue has to do with health, and yellow might just be point value, or it's all of them. I don't know. But anyway, I only played through it once. I'm going to be reviewing it, so I'm going to have plenty of time with it. I don't think it's as good as like Shovel Knight. I think if you're between buying those two. But this game does feel like a Mega Man game in the way it controls. The gameplay is different, but you can technically play it like a Mega Man game if you want to. You can play it for a high score and go for like an S ranking at the end of each level, or you can use your dash and try to speed through the level as fast as you can. There's a trophy for beating it in an hour. We'll see how that goes. It took me 3 hours and like about 4 hours to beat it my first go through. Though I didn't use any special weapons until the final boss because he was too hard without special weapons.
How good.
The weapon changing is the worst part of the game. It's weird you have to like select it on a separate menu and then hit a button to transform into that instead of just being able to like cycle and it actually changed. And I have a feeling that had to do with being held back by the frame rate of the character constantly changing on screen like that.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help.
Because it is on the 3DS and it is on the Vita. So like you're going to be hampered because of that. And I feel like that's the reason it does that, which is bad. Like they probably should have come up with a better solution. But the fact that the special weapons didn't seem so useful made it kind of okay. I don't know. But yeah, the game feels and plays fine, and it's a solid start to finish. There's a co-op mode that I have not played yet. There's a challenge mode that I haven't played. Shut up. There's online. You can do online, play the matches online, and race each other to see who can beat it first or who gets the highest score.
Yeah.
Like there's all this cool stuff. Hey, the game is a complete, solid game, I feel like. And the biggest complaint is people think the visuals suck. It's on the 3DS. It's not going to look amazing because they have all these stupid stretch goals that people gave them.
Yeah.
But I still think the game looks good. It looks like a 90s cartoon, which is fine.
Definitely does.
I don't know. I just don't
Best
understand.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand the hate for it. Whenever I put up my review, you can see my full kind of impressions. But I definitely would say if you are interested in the game, do not let the reviews scare you. If you think you're going to like this game, you will 100% like it.
What if I think I don't want to care about this game?
I think we're going to go play it.
No.
Moving on
Mighty number 9.
to the final segment.
All right.
All right.
First, make sure it's still recording.
Me?
No,
Okay.
Kellen. I'm making him do the work. Jordan.
Yes.
We're going to move on to the unpopular opinion segment.
Oh boy.
In
I
this
remember
segment,
now.
Video's on.
we pick...
I know what you're doing, by the way. I figured out what you said.
I was putting the pieces together
We
throughout.
pick an unpopular gaming opinion.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We pick an unpopular gaming opinion, just like you can. Leave a comment down
Like
below
Mighty
and we'll
number
talk
9's
about it.
You know, a real game.
Jesus.
Anyways.
Shut up. Just like you can down below, and we may get to it on a future episode. But we pick an unpopular gaming opinion that we have, and we kind of try and defend it. Now, you're not going to get attacked for it because nobody has played your bad games.
Or are you?
But go ahead with your unpopular gaming opinion and just kind of say why you feel that way.
Okay, so there's reasons this could be
It was you.
taken other ways. Other ways. Okay, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I like that game. Do I like it as a banjo game?
Grab your pitchforks.
Do I like it as a banjo game? No, I do not. However, the mechanics behind the game, building your own vehicles to complete the courses, doing puzzles, when I played it, I loved it. I just thought it was a great game. I had a lot of fun with it. And granted, I was upset it wasn't a traditional Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah,
when I
how'd
first
you like
played
the
it,
vehicles
but-
in Banjo 1?
Yeah, I mean... but... yeah, anyway, like I said, as a banjo game, very upsetting. I want a new banjo game. As I mentioned earlier, huge fan. Super excited for Yooka-Laylee. I think that's going to fulfill my needs there. But for what the game was, what you did in the game, I just enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. You know, the worlds were very banjo-y. I mean, they kind of very empty and vast, but just the stuff that you did in the game was very cool. I think the gameplay was great. The world design, pretty good. Could have been better.
So do you think the game would have been received better if Banjo wasn't in it? and
Absolutely.
If it was just a new IP or something.
I absolutely think it would have been received better.
Kind of how Mighty Number 9 would have been received better if it wasn't a Kickstarter.
Yes.
And hadn't been delayed 17 times.
No, yeah.
That
If
too,
it,
yeah.
I think in Jontron's video, he talks about Banjo-Kazooie.
We
Why
don't
isn't
give
it like...
credit to other... No.
Okay. I don't know how things are done here. Anyway, he mentions that why is it not this random Conquerors, Nuts and Bolts? Like, why isn't just some random other rare IP doing it? Like, and it makes a good point. I don't know why they chose Banjo for it, but for the game as it is, I enjoyed it.
So that you would buy it because it had Banjo's name on it.
That's exactly
Yeah,
why I
that's
bought
exactly
it.
what
That's
happened.
why-
So
Exactly why I bought it.
As somebody who's only played Banjo 1, and I'm going to be honest, I give you
Mhm.
shit about Banjo. I really like that game.
It's great.
I've played a lot of my friends' favorite games. I talk about that a lot. And I kind of think Banjo's my favorite of all of the ones that I've played. Maybe not Shadow of the Colossus is also very high. So it's tough.
Mediocre.
Well, this conversation's over. But I've been interested in playing Banjo-Tooie. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm interested in playing Banjo-Tooie.
Yep.
I have literally no interest in this nuts and bolts game where you're driving around in a car doing
build your
puzzles.
own car.
Yeah, you're building your own car.
It's fun.
Some things that I don't like doing: building and driving cars.
He can't operate a vehicle in a video game or real life, for that instance. So.
I will say, Uncharted 4's car, fantastic. I could drive that one. Maybe the only car in video game history I could drive.
That's fair.
In a straight line.
I'd play a whole
Mario
game
Kart?
with just that.
You can drive a Mario Kart, right? It's just like your car you have, so that's why
Same
I'm
size.
assuming.
That's fair. But anyway, yeah, I've always been like turned off by the nuts and bolts build your own car thing, and I feel like Banjo-Tooie doesn't have anything like that.
Oh, absolutely. Banjo-Tooie is just an improvement on Banjo-Kazooie. It's the perfect sequel to a game. I could honestly not think of a game that has a sequel
opinion too.
that has a sequel that was done as well as Banjo-Tooie, because Banjo-Tooie just takes all the good aspects of the first game and it just improves on them.
Mario 2 to Mario 3.
Oh, good God.
Comparable. Like I said, Banjo-Tooie takes all the aspects of the first game, just makes them better. Same great worlds, they're bigger worlds, the different transformations, all kinds of stuff. It's great.
So
really
in
like
closing, just to get an idea, rank the Banjo games. Go.
Oh, that's really hard. Kazooie-Tooie, nuts and bolts.
What was the hard part? Were you going to put the stupid car one above the
No. That one's obviously the last one. And actually,
you just said the sequel's better in every way.
Well,
but it's not the original.
It's not the original. That's why I was having. It's like they're like right here. You know, they're about the same. But there's also a Game Boy Advance Banjo-Kazooie game, which I know.
I didn't know.
That's number 3.
Oh, you have played it. Okay.
If we're talking as Banjo games, definitely nuts and bolts is at the bottom. So
okay. So let us know your unpopular opinions down below, like I said before. And thank you so much for being here, Kellen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, Jordan.
Yep.
And thank you for watching. We'll speak with you next time.
Drop something.